What a sad, lost little girl you were, he marvels, tracing the curve of my cheek with the very edge of his pinky, as if to mimic the rivers of tears that had once taken up residence there. I should think you have seen far more than your lifetime's worth of sorrow. I smile with my eyes only, but cannot lie with them. We both know this. He can see his own fear clearly reflected in each of my irises. I have heard his words before, many times, but can never be sure if he's repeating them so that he will remember them, or if he thinks that they're being said for the first time. I'm too afraid to ask. He continues, to think you gave up everything you had for me, back when I was no more than a hunch. I'm reminded of this, and my stomach tenses in a nervous dance. I had been young, reckless, and unbelievably stupid, leaving behind the comfort of my marginally secure life and stable job, for only a flutter of something I optimistically thought might blossom into love. Fortunately for us both, I had been right. You were a shot in the dark, I whisper. It went against my every logical thought, but I couldn't resist, not until I knew for sure. He pulls me in close and rests his forehead to mine, speaking quietly, as if sensing the spike in my anxiety. You were profoundly brave, he tells me as I relax into his arms. You found me against all odds. The hall clock chimes midnight, and we both swallow lumps in our throats, knowing that we've just lost another day, knowing that each passing tick is a second we can never relive, and a memory he may very soon lose. We lay in silence for a moment, consumed by our fears. When he finally speaks, I can hear the tears coating his words. I wish I'd met you earlier, he says. I sigh and run my fingers through his hair, which is, I realize with some surprise, now more gray than it is graying. I am tempted, as I usually am, to lighten the mood, to make a joke about our age difference. Now, that may have raised some objections, I think to myself with a smile, imagining the horror that would have surely been present in my father's eyes if a nearly 50-year-old Victor had shown up to take me to my prom. But I know joking about this is useless, as our souls are the same age. I nuzzle closer to him, breathing in his scent. I place my hand over his heart, and with tears in my eyes, I tell him, I've been here all along. It baffles me that not 10 years ago I would pray for time to pass me by, counting the days until a long weekend, or yearning for vacations and holidays. Back then, the days took forever to pass. A week seemed like an enormous amount of time, much too long to wait for a paycheck, a date, or for a package to be delivered. Everything had changed. Now I would give anything to suspend time for today just as it is. The breeze blowing off the East River, the scent of the yellow zinnias from my bedside table. As morning breaks, I pray against the decline. I open my eyes before him to the sound of the city waking up beneath us, the birth of a new day. I sit alone with my paranoia, watching his chest rise and fall, matching the rhythm of the traffic outside. I rise to draw back the blinds and let in the morning light. Behind me he sighs and stirs, rumpling the bedclothes and blinking the sleep from his eyes as he glances toward the window. As with every morning, sheer panic seizes my heart for those first few seconds. I want to rush to his side at once, but I remain bolted to the floor, carefully measuring the look in his eyes. They dart around the room, rapidly, questioning, lost. The terrible feeling in the pit of my stomach grows, and I hold my breath. After a moment that seems to last for hours, his gaze locks onto mine, and he smiles. I relax as he reaches out to me, speaking my name again and again, loudly and clearly, letting me know he's still there. As I do every morning, I cry and clutch him to me. We have another day, I say, kissing his face. Another day, my love, he responds in kind.